Hi, everybody. Jose Portocarrero. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Peak Rides. And we're a Central Valley company. We're actually an exclusive dealer of the product that you see right here, which is the Slack Core 920R. This is the fastest scooter in the world. It weighs 110 pounds. Just to give you a little orientation, it goes 90 miles an hour. And you're going to ask yourself the question, why in the world do you need to go 90 miles an hour in a scooter? All right. Why do we have Bugattis? Why do we have Paganis? Why do we have race scooters? Why do we have Hayabusas? Because the micromobility industry, in my observation, has been focusing primarily on pragmatic solutions to pragmatic problems. Commuting is a perfect example. Last mile transportation is another example of that. Well, I appreciate that. And I think there's a whole lot of really important products out there that solve those problems. This is not that. This is about bringing back the very element that I believe makes micromobility so fun, and that's the fun factor. And it's remembering that just because you shouldn't doesn't mean that you can't. It's really about the racing circuit. And so this is really a track scooter for the enthusiasts. You're going to ask me who the customer is. It's people with money to be able to spend on high-end products that want to go out to the track on the weekend. It's people who are involved in the actual racing circuit. This is the actual scooter that they're going to be using for the Dubai races that are happening in December. And it's also the same motors that are being used for ESC moving forward, which is the local racing circuit here in the United States. So there's a market out there. There are enthusiasts out there. I do mountain biking. High-end spec mountain bike costs about $15,000. This costs $8,000, and it has almost everything a mountain bike has and more, along with the technology that goes with it. And it was interesting because as I've been talking to people here, they have products that work really well for the consumer products that are solving that last mile issue. But a lot of those also overlap with things that we can use for these products. For example, that GPS tracker that you just saw, we can use that data for racetrack times. So there's a cohesiveness with micromobility, even though it's a hobby product. So really, we're not here to sell any kind of a pitch particularly. We're here to introduce the Slack Core 920R for everybody to see. It's here. It's available. All of the silver parts that you see here are titanium. And you have all of the black parts that are essentially aircraft grade aluminum. We're excited because when we formulated Peak Rides, there was one mission that we really wanted to emphasize, and that's bringing the fun back into the lives of individual consumers that are looking for that hobby that they want to start up. And our slogan is live free. It's the same kind of attitude that when you go talk to avid climbers and they want to go summit Everest, and you want to go talk to adrenaline junkies that love to go race or go skydiving, these are the individuals that we're trying to market to. So thank you for giving us an opportunity to be here. Thank you for letting us introduce the Slack Core 920R. And we're here. Peak Rides is in Central Valley, California. We do online sales, and we're looking to just let everybody know that it exists. So thank you for your time.
I I like your tagline, live free. And I also really appreciate that you're honest about the product. It's about having fun. And from my perspective, actually, that's one of the reasons why I like micromobility. It's not about the utilitarian aspect. Who cares? It's really about having fun. Some of what you're describing reminds me a little bit of One Wheel. One Wheel does like their annual competition where they get all the One Wheel riders together and then they do whatever they do. I've never been to one, but I've heard they're cool. How are you thinking about that as a model for you all, for your customers, for brand loyalty?
Yeah, one of the challenges with right now micromobility is there's not a lot of high-end performance products. So, like, for example, One Wheel is a great product. It's a lot of fun and you can roam around that, but you're going 25, 35 miles an hour max, right? This is a totally different ballgame. This is actual performance racing. You're getting to speeds that are dangerous. And I think there's an opportunity for, as the consumer base continues to develop and see markets out or products out in the market, that you're going to start to see more of these circuits pop up at a small scale as well as at a big scale, like what's happening in Dubai in December. So I think over time, it's a little bit of an education. Every race circuit that's ever been created starts small. And it starts sort of from the ground up. And I think this is what's happening right now in the movement.
What is happening in Dubai in December? I'm not familiar with that.
It's the equivalent of their Formula One races, like what's happening in Las Vegas, but it's electric scooters.
Cool. Okay. So, who are you going to have riding?
They have professional riders that are going to be riding these scooters.
But this one in particular.
That's right.
Okay.
This is the actual scooter. The only difference that's going to be you're going to notice on the Dubai scooters is they have fiberglass cowling, aerodynamics around the whole frame of the scooter, but everything else, componentry wise, frame wise, is exactly the same.
Sorry.
They have the full
We're
leather.
going to be full armor. Did you get to choose your professional rider for Dubai?
We don't have a rider represented in that.
Okay.
Case. Yeah.
Why not?
That's actually the manufacturer of the scooter themselves worked directly with Dubai to be able to get that deal.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. And are you anticipating as Peak Rides to have other types of high powered, high speed performance vehicles?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, we're focusing on the Slack right now because it's the fastest one in the world. And then as we continue we're actually looking into getting the product development side of the house. We're going to have our own version of this that's going to have our brand in it. We'll continue to carry those.
But only scooters. You're not going to try to get the fastest of bike.
Not at the moment, but I'm open to it. We're
Okay.
looking at electric unicycles. There's people that are racing those. We're looking at e-bikes, but I think those have some other complexities into them. We're really focused on scooters for right now.
Cool. Makes sense. But also I think it would be great to differentiate form factors.
That's a fair point. Thank you.
Like, can I just confirm, this is only allowed on the track at the moment?
I'm sorry?
This is only allowed on the track at the moment?
Yes, you technically can ride this on the street. You can putt around 5 miles an hour. You can go, in front here and look at booths and things like that, but it's not street legal. It's not intended to be out, as a commuter scooter would be, for example.
Is that not a concern that you're going to get people driving this on the road 90 miles per hour?
Yeah, that's not what we're going to recommend as a company, but if people do that, that's, what they do with the product after the fact is not our concern. We want them to be able to recognize it for what it is, which is a track scooter. Yeah. Let's be really clear. People will buy it and they'll want to take it out to the road. Just because you can flex, 3,600 or 33,600 watts of power doesn't mean you're always going to flex it, right? So,
have you ridden this 90 miles an hour?
No, the fastest I've gone is 65 on it.
Okay.
I didn't have the full gear, the leathers. I saw I was going to take a chance.
Have you seen it being ridden 90 miles an hour?
Yeah, you can actually see multiple videos on YouTube where this is on a track and it's doing exactly.
I'd like to see that. All right.
Thank you for the supplement,
Jose.
guys.
Yeah, really appreciate it. Round of applause for Jose and Peak Rides.